Unraveling London's Lost Cipher, a thrilling historical mystery adventure. Chapter 1. Martin Thompson, a middle-aged history teacher from Boston, was known for his deep love of codes and ciphers. It was a typical chilly evening as he sat in his home office, surrounded by a fortress of books. Suddenly, there was a knock at his door. A delivery man handed him a nondescript parcel without a return address. His curiosity piqued, Martin swiftly returned to his office and carefully unwrapped the package. Inside, he found a cryptic note written in a sequence of complex codes and a faded black and white photograph of an imposing statue, which, after a moment of scrutiny, he recognized as the King Charles I statue in London. An adventurer at heart, he couldn't resist the thrill of cracking this cipher. He immediately set to work, employing his knowledge of historical codes and ciphers. After hours of intense concentration and several cups of coffee, he finally managed to decipher the cryptic note. It hinted at a hidden secret, one that lay in the heart of London, linked to the statue in the photograph. The revelation ignited an excitement in him, the likes of which he hadn't felt in years. The promise of an ancient mystery, the thrill of an adventure, and the allure of London's rich history were too tempting to resist. Overwhelmed with anticipation, Martin promptly booked a flight to London, completely unaware of the unforgettable adventure that awaited him. Chapter 2. The moment Martin stepped off the plane at Heathrow, the cool London air filled his lungs, carrying with it the city's energy and a sense of antiquity. His heart thumped with anticipation. It wasn't his first visit to the city, but this time, he wasn't a mere tourist. He was on a mission to unravel a secret tied to the city's rich history. Checking into a small hotel near Trafalgar Square, he left his bags and wasted no time. With a quick glance at the decoded message and the faded photograph, he made his way to the heart of the city. Trafalgar Square bustled with life. Locals, tourists, street performers, everyone mingled under the shadow of Nelson's column. But Martin's eyes were on a different statue, one of King Charles I, standing regal on horseback. Reaching the statue, he felt a thrill run up his spine. He took a moment to take in the sight, then knelt to examine the base. The worn-out inscription confirmed his suspicion. It was indeed the first clue from his decoded message. But as he stood up, ready to take on the rest of the adventure, he couldn't shake off the eerie feeling of being watched. Little did he know, his hunch was not just paranoia, and his London adventure was about to take a thrilling turn. Chapter 3. Armed with the first lead, Martin's adventure in London truly began. His trail took him on a journey through the city's rich history, each landmark a puzzle piece leading him deeper into the mystery. The British Museum was his first stop. The clues led him to the ancient Rosetta Stone, where he found another encoded inscription. It was a cryptic phrase this time, connecting the next location, the Tower of London. The riveting chase through history and the city's streets was becoming more exciting with every step. As he reached the monumental Tower of London, he was greeted by the sight of the centuries-old fortress. The coded message hinted at the White Tower, where he found hidden symbols subtly engraved on an old stone. His heart pounded with exhilaration as the symbols matched the code from the message, confirming he was on the right path. His next destination was the majestic St. Paul's Cathedral. Within its grand architecture, he found a series of historical dates that linked directly to his clues. Each discovery felt like a victory, bringing him one step closer to the hidden secret. However, with every clue he unraveled, he felt the shadow of an ominous presence growing stronger. Each time he turned around, he caught fleeting glimpses of a tall, shadowy figure. A chill ran down his spine. He was being tailed. The adventure he had signed up for was turning into a thrilling chase. But Martin was determined to reach the end of this intriguing enigma. Chapter 4. With the growing sense of unease, Martin made his way to the London Underground. He tried to lose himself in the crowd, but the feeling of being watched persisted. As he boarded the train to Greenwich, he took a chance and glanced back. There, on the platform, stood a tall man. His features obscured under a wide-brimmed hat, but his intense gaze was firmly fixed on Martin. A cold shiver ran down Martin's spine as he recognized him from the fleeting glimpses he had caught throughout the day. Caught off guard, Martin confronted his pursuer, calling him out. "Why are you following me?" he demanded, trying to keep his voice steady. The man smirked, revealing himself as a rival historian who had received the same coded message. He had been trailing Martin, hoping to seize the mystery for himself. He lunged at Martin, attempting to snatch away his collection of clues and discoveries. A high-stakes chase ensued through the labyrinthine London Underground, with Martin ducking into tunnels and sprinting up staircases. The tranquil London adventure had escalated into a thrilling pursuit. The tension and stakes were higher than ever, but Martin was determined not to let the mystery slip through his hands. Chapter 5. Having narrowly escaped his pursuer in the London Underground, Martin found himself at his final destination, the Royal Observatory in Greenwich. Sweating and panting, he made his way to the iconic stand of the Prime Meridian Line, the division between the Eastern and Western Hemispheres. His decoded message mentioned the place where time begins, and standing there, it all clicked. He began searching around the marked line and found a hidden hatch just beside the base of the monument. With a surge of adrenaline, he opened it, revealing an ancient time capsule. Carefully, Martin pulled out the capsule. Inside, he found lost documents that, to his astonishment, were writings of a famous historical figure. These writings revealed a piece of London's history that had been lost over time, a secret that had been lying beneath the city's bustling life. Just as he was taking in the enormity of his discovery, the rival historian emerged from the shadows. The joy of discovery was quickly replaced with fear as he realized that the final confrontation was imminent. The tension was at its peak. The secret of the cipher was out, but the adventure was far from over. Chapter 6. The rival historian approached Martin, his eyes greedily fixed on the time capsule. "Hand it over, Thompson," he demanded, his voice echoing in the silent observatory. His intentions were clear: steal the discovery and claim the glory. But Martin was not one to back down easily. A history teacher he might be, but he had the heart of an adventurer. With a cleverly coded message from the documents, he led the rival historian to believe the actual treasure was hidden elsewhere. As the rival historian hurriedly followed the fake clue, Martin seized the moment and called the authorities. It wasn't long before they arrived at the scene, apprehending the rival historian just as he realized he had been tricked. With the antagonist captured and the lost documents safe, Martin could finally breathe a sigh of relief. As he gazed over the city from the hill of the observatory, he felt a deep sense of satisfaction. Not only had he unraveled a historic secret, but he had also outsmarted a menacing rival. His thrilling journey through London, one that started with a cryptic message and a faded photograph, had come to an end. He looked at the city, its iconic landmarks that had served as waypoints in his adventurous quest, knowing that he had added a new, unforgettable layer to its rich history. And thus concludes our thrilling tale of London's Lost Cipher. Martin's adventure shows us that sometimes, the journey can be just as rewarding as the destination. Through his determination, wit, and love for history, Martin unraveled a long-lost secret and experienced the journey of a lifetime. Thank you for joining us on this unforgettable trip through the streets and history of London. We hope you enjoyed the thrilling chase, the mysteries unraveled, and the historic landmarks that added a layer of enchantment to our story. If you've enjoyed this video, we'd be grateful if you could hit the subscribe button below, ensuring you don't miss out on any future adventures. Your support means the world to us. And remember, every city has a story, every landmark holds a secret, and every adventure is just a cipher away. Finally, we'd love to hear your thoughts on Martin's journey. Was there a moment that stood out for you? A landmark that caught your eye, or perhaps a twist that took you by surprise? Do share your thoughts in the comments section. Until our next adventure, thank you for watching, and keep the spirit of mystery alive.